Hello, my friends, and welcome to our community Q&A. My name is Molly Pelletier. I'm a registered dietitian and also a fellow GERD sufferer. I suffered with reflux and GERD for over a decade myself, and so I started this YouTube channel to help you find relief, answer your questions, provide insights, recipes to help you take back control of your reflux and become your healthiest self. So we had some questions submitted that I am going to dive into from your community members. And then if you're joining, feel free to just hop on. Let us know where you're joining from. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box, and I would be happy to answer. All right. Hey, Tuba, thanks so much for joining. So glad you're here. Just pulling up our questions here. One of the first questions was actually about mucus at night. This person is dealing, hey Mary, thanks for joining. This person is dealing with mucus at night. And mucus at night can be a symptom of reflux. So basically, hey Magnolia Blossoms from Arkansas, awesome. Hey Paradise Due South, hey Daisy. We don't typically do discovery calls because our dietitians are really kind of booked out. But if you apply for our one-on-one session and you want a discovery call, we do them on request. We do them. So let us know if you want to work one-on-one and you want a discovery call, you can apply on our website. I'll drop our website here. But hey Barbara. So yeah, mucus at night is typically a sign of reflux. And the reason that mucus happens with reflux is because your body is literally trying to protect itself. It's producing mucus as a protective mechanism to protect you from reflux, to kind of line the esophagus and the throat and the stomach. So it's trying to reduce inflammation. If you're having mucus at night, it's likely coming from nocturnal reflux. So we really want to think about dinner not being your largest meal. We want to try to have dinner be a later meal and lunch or breakfast be actually your larger meal. So thinking about this is different than the way that our typical American diet is. Typically, dinner is our largest meal, but this is not the ideal pattern for someone with reflux. Typically, we're looking for breakfast or lunch as those lighter meals, and then maybe one or two snacks in between meals. And we also want to think about using something called an alginate at night. An alginate is an algae-based product that creates a gel raft at the top of the stomach to prevent reflux from moving into the esophagus. This is incredibly helpful for nighttime reflux, really any time of day. You can take this after meals, you can take this before bed, but incredibly helpful for those struggling with nighttime reflux. So the one that I really like is called Reflux Wrapped. This one is for those in the United States because they don't ship outside of the United States. They do have a nighttime version that has melatonin in it. So that's great because melatonin actually can help tone the sphincter at night, which is awesome. It's one of those little known facts about melatonin. But if you're not in the US, you could also do Gaviscon Advanced. The Gaviscon Advanced with the alginate. Look for sodium alginate on the bottle, and that is a great one. Okay, next question. How do I get rid of the globus sensation and mucus? I have been so strict for a month and it randomly came back today. Okay, so sorry that, symptoms can be really up and down. This is common in a healing journey for things to go away and then kind of pop back up, so you're not alone. And I would say same thing with the mucus is probably in response to reflux, and the globus sensation also in response to reflux. So would definitely think about looking at your mealtime pattern. Do some food logging. Do some food logging for a few days to see what your mealtime pattern is like. Are you overeating at night? Are you going too long in between meals? Are you having, 3 smaller meals and 2 snacks? What does it look like for you? I would definitely be using alginates, and then know that this is going to take time. So a month is a good amount of time, but it's not really, might not be enough for like complete remission of your symptoms. I would say it took me like at least 6 months to really put my symptoms in complete remission. And this is because when your symptoms have been going on for years, it's not really realistic to think like a month, all the symptoms will be gone. So keep going, stay consistent, and make sure you're watching all of the videos on my channel because I've had so many people reach out to me and say that these videos have helped them heal. So definitely make sure you check those out. Meniere's free. My hiatal hernia is acting up. What can I do about this? Can I move it by hand? So I don't recommend trying to move it by hand. This isn't a practice that I think is very helpful. Instead, I would really focus on your breathing and your posture. So diaphragmatic breathing after a meal is really, really helpful because that hernia is kind of preventing the LES from working as it should. And you can re-strengthen and re-stimulate your LES, your lower esophageal sphincter, with good diaphragmatic breathing. So make sure you watch my video on diaphragmatic breathing. You can also use the Flora app to help guide you in this. Really deep breathing after a meal has been proven in randomized controlled trials to help prevent reflux. Like, this is not like a woo-woo thing. This is real evidence. I'm going to drop the link for the Flora app here. If people need more support, there's a free trial, totally risk-free. And then posture, good posture during a meal. The hiatal hernia, again, is kind of putting pressure on your LES. So you don't want to have like a crumpled digestive system when you're eating. Your posture can make a huge difference in the way your LES works. So good posture during a meal, good posture after. Side benefit of that is you have better posture. So it's better for your back. Okay, next question. Barbara ordered the daytime and nighttime alginate. Awesome. Tuba, my question is, whatever I eat, my abdomen gets bloated and remain like this for days. I also have constipation. So yes, constipation is one of the biggest root causes of your bloating. We have to get your bowels regular. Hydration, potentially magnesium oxide, magnesium citrate to get things moving. Walking, you may need to do some abdominal massage, making sure you're eating well, enough fiber, enough hydration. But first, we need to get the bowels moving with some magnesium, or maybe even something else. If you need to take a laxative, you can talk to your doctor or your healthcare provider about that too, because we got to get that stool out. It's really uncomfortable. Paradise Due South, thank you. I've been doing the food log and the alginates. I've only had this problem for less than 2 months since COVID. Okay, well, that's reassuring that you've only had it for 2 months. That is actually since COVID can be a trigger for some of these things, and we do see it really improving. You might want to consider also taking NAC, N-acetylcysteine. That's a great thing that I will use kind of post-COVID. Okay, Magnolia Blossoms. What does it feel like when you take the alginate? Do you feel any issues with blockage? No, not at all. It's not like thick, not like so thick that it would get stuck or anything like that. And when you eat or drink, it just like breaks, or when you drink small sips, it goes around the raft, but when you eat, it just breaks it. So it's not like super, super strong where you would feel like it would create a blockage. And then I usually recommend having a small sip of water after you take it to help it like settle down into your esophagus, into your esophageal junction. I use a CPAP machine, but I'm worried it's going to damage the reflux raft. I don't think so. No, I don't think I would be worried about it. Isabella Oliver, I have a question in regards to exercising. I'm always in pain or discomfort when I do any type of exercise except for walking. Is this a mind thing, or does exercise actually affect GERD? So it's more so like we just want to be mindful of when you're exercising. So if you're exercising after a meal, sometimes this can be uncomfortable and sometimes could be kind of creating reflux. I really would want to look at your meal size though. Smaller frequent meals could really help with this. Alginates after meals could really help with this. Chewing really well and slowing down, like really kind of slow down during your meals. Like your meals should take 15 to 20 minutes chewing well. I would try that. But I do have a full video on the Flora app about how to exercise without reflux. There are certain exercises you do want to avoid, like crunches, going upside down, things like that. But you can absolutely still exercise with GERD. Exercise is super important. I actually just made a post on this on my Instagram. I'll try to get I'm going to get the link for you guys right now off my Instagram. If you don't already follow me, you should, because I talk about a lot of these things every day. But yeah, exercise is so good for your microbiome. So it's kind of like we want to try to have it like exercise 2 hours after a meal or right before a meal. Awesome, Isabella. That's really great. And it has a 7-day free trial. So you could always just go on and watch that video. There's also a full like exercise video routines on there. So definitely would check those out because there are reflux friendly exercise routines on there. Deborah, NAC with PPIs and Pepsid, I would just take it at a different time, like in between meals, because the Pepsid and PPIs are probably before meals. So NAC would be in between meals. Hey, Monica. GERD and mild gastritis, iron deficient, having a hard time finding supplements, GERD friendly, everything I've tried, Trago's constipation. So I don't know exactly what you have tried, but the first thing is going to be your nutrition status. So with iron deficiency, we'd probably be wanting to focus on iron-rich foods here too, like really lean beef, like 96% lean, pumpkin seeds, turkey, chicken thighs. We really want to up your iron status because being low in certain vitamins and minerals, I do see this really preventing progress in a lot of people. And then with constipation, same thing, probably going to be needing more hydration, abdominal massage, more movement, magnesium oxide or citrate, getting fruits and vegetables in with each meal, flax meal daily. Shubanji Josie, how severe can LBR symptoms be? My whole mouth is eroded, including tongue, and I have ulcers. This can be. It's less common though. So you definitely want to see an ENT. You definitely want to rule out other causes for that. But it can. You can absolutely have ulcers from LPR. But seeing an ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor would be the best place to make sure that that is indeed LPR. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me for this Q&A. Make sure you subscribe and head to my reflux relief playlist. I'm going to drop that now in the comments right here so that you can go watch our recent videos. I've had so many people email me just saying that just by watching these videos, they have absolutely like reversed their reflux or seen significant improvement. So there's a ton of free support. And I'm looking for that link now to give you. Oh, here it is. Acid reflux playlist. Head here. I bet a lot of the questions to your answers to your questions are there. Thank you guys. Thanks, Isabella, Mary, everyone, Paradise Due South. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next Q&A.